All right, guys, huge changes in the Lego City today. I am super pumped. We were in Maine this last week, so we didn't get to do a whole lot on the city, but while I was out walking on the beaches, I had some big plans in mind that I could not wait to get home and share with you. So we're gonna go into the city and we are gonna check out a major layout change and what's coming. I've got some prototypes made. I've added a couple buildings to the city. I've removed a couple buildings from the city. So I can't wait to get in and show you. And I also wanna show you this stuff right here. And I'm actually gonna put this on my Lego building. So hold on. All right, friends, so we have a pretty significant change to the city that we have just begun this weekend. And you can probably see where we're headed here. And it is with a canal that runs up the entire length of the city, all the way up. And I think it's going to be epic. And how did I come up with a canal is probably what you're wondering. Like, how did I just decide to add a canal to the city? Because it's not, it's not necessarily what you see all the time. But what I thought about very heavily on our last week in Maine was how I love water. I love to be by water. I love to be looking at water. So I felt like the figs of my city would want more water in their daily lives. Now, of course, we're gonna build the Ninjago City. We're gonna build the Ninjago City Gardens, and we're gonna build the Ninjago City Docks. And we're going to put them in this area. This mess is going to become a gorgeous Ninjago City layout filled with beautiful blue water, such as this one. And I thought, gosh, I would love to see the water come all the way up. I'd love to have more water features, not just a pond or a little lake inside of a MILS plate, but an entire strip of water, and then potentially a boardwalk, because I know that my streets are narrow and they don't have that extra sidewalk bit for the figs to frolic along. And it's kind of hard to see inside the city streets with this particular type of layout. So I thought a canal with a boardwalk would be a fantastic way to have little stories running along the side of the city in a more convenient way to see them and show them to you guys. So when we got home from Maine, after we took all of our long walks along the beach and stared at the water and talked about canals in the Lego City, I wanted to build a few prototypes. So of course I had to find my mermaid figs here because this seemed to be terribly appropriate for a canal. Maybe not. However, so the first prototype here actually started with a blue plate instead of a black plate underneath. So it was a much more puffy, cheerful, vibrant blue. And then my friend Tanner suggested that maybe we make it a little bit more cohesive with what Ninjago City will look like. So I grabbed some black plates and changed it over, and it does look just much more dynamic with the black plates underneath. The blue looks so bright and poppy and catchy, but once we made this one, it was just clear which one we were going to go with. So I highly suggest, if you're going to add a new feature to the city or a new element, go ahead and make some test runs. So these are still very much in their test phase. We don't have all the colors that we need for the boardwalk. I don't think I would add in those light tan pieces, and I definitely need some more dark brown and maybe some of the wood pieces, but we wanted to just get an idea of what we liked and didn't like about different styles and features we were going to try. This is the fence design that we do like here. We're gonna go with this. So we're gonna need to order a bunch of pieces, and this will serve us very well up through the old fishing store and the medieval portion of the city. Now, at first I had thought that I would have this continue with the brown boardwalk all the way up through, but I kind of felt like it's great for medieval, it's great for the old fishing store, it's great for Ninjago City, but I think I need to transition it into something else when we head into the more traditional city part of town. So let me show you what our next test plate looks like. And voila, this is our next test plate. So we went with more of a sidewalk theme here with the light blue gray tiles and jumper plates. We've got a masonry brick front instead of the palisade brick that is on the wooden boardwalk. And there they are next to each other. They'll move into each other. I don't know if the transition is as smooth and awesome as I would like, but I do like these with the modulars far better than I liked the brown. It just didn't feel as, I don't want to say the word formal, but I felt like the modulars are so ornate and detailed. I felt like it needed something more than sort of an older wooden boardwalk. However, we needed a fence design for it. And so this is the fence design that we came up for with these 1x4 arches with the 1x4 jumper plate on top that has the stud on each end, and then these half dome pieces here. We wanted to go with something that was fairly easy to replicate and also fit the width of the base plates easily enough so that we wouldn't have overlapping. So we like the style very much. We just need to order a ton of pieces. Now you actually might be wondering about the roads in the Lego City and what is going to happen to them, because the roads actually came all the way out to the end of the city, and actually all the buildings were all the way out to the end of this table. So we had to do a massive layout shift in which we subtracted a 16x32 plate in size from each of the rows. Now this worked out pretty easily because I do have a nice mix of 16x32 plates as well. So we just did a little bit of reconfiguring, and I can walk you along the streets after to show you. We did try to move some of the corner buildings. We wanted to get corners on each of these rows facing the canal. And I do have actually a fun idea for an alternate build I want to do, maybe to go here instead of the Parisian. As much as I like the Parisian facing the canal, you do end up kind of with a funny look on the side. So we'll have to see how that goes. Now, in terms of the roads, because this is posing a little bit of an issue. Roads kind of just went from back to front or back to front and stopped here. And, you know, we did not have connecting roads, anything like that. You just kind of had to use your imagination that in the Lego City world, off the table, all those roads connected and the figs could get around very easily. However, once we decided to put the canal in, it was kind of like, well, what happens to that road piece that's sticking off the side of the table? Obviously, we need a canal to run through there, and we need to push back the road piece, but that will also leave sort of a funky size of road left within the city. So we have a couple options, and this is where I need a little bit of your help making a choice on where to go from here. So this is what we crafted, okay, for this MILS plate here with the canal and the city connected. Now, traditionally, I've been using tiled roads in the city. When we started this, here, let's take a look, I'll show you. We've been using these roads in our new city layout this year, completely tiled, MILS plate, of course. And I really like that look. I go back and forth with these new road plates. I have so many boxes I haven't even opened yet. So this year I've been trying to use what I have more than anything, because I don't want to keep buying stuff when I already have stuff that I could use, even if it might not be, 100% on point. So I want you guys to tell me. So I grabbed one of the 16x16 squares of the new road and I added it here. Now, if you don't know much about MILS and you're seeing it right now for the first time, MILS plates are something that if you have any inkling to get into, these are so awesome. And I'll put a video, link it right at the end of this video so that you can learn more about MILS. But if you're not doing MILS, you might want to look into it. If you are doing MILS, then you know how awesome it is to create these different levels on one plate so easily. We got a canal, we have a boardwalk, and then we have a road, all at varying heights here. So this one uses the new road plate. Now, of course, I could tile this just like that. That could be there easily enough. Or I could use all the road plates that I have and then just create more of these roads in the city. So I'm kind of torn between whether I should go with the tiled version here, tiled all throughout, and just leave it at tiled or to use the new road plates. So that's what I'm asking you guys to leave in the comments. Do I use the new road plates or do I use my tiled road? So I'd love to hear. Now the reasoning behind why I want to switch is purely to use all the pieces that I have just kind of laying around, because there's nothing else I'm really going to use the road plates for, because they're well designed to be road plates, and I can reuse a lot of the materials in here for other MILS plates. So that's it. But this hopefully, you know, in as much of a realistic sense as possible, can finish off the canal pretty well. And of course, I know all roads don't just lead to a canal, and there's still no way for the roads to connect, but we're gonna pretend. We're gonna pretend that somewhere off in the distance, the Lego City roads connect and the figs can get around to the different buildings. But now they will have this awesome sidewalk to walk along throughout the shops, and they can go up and down the streets much easier. So in a sense, it does provide a little bit more realism to the city. You can see I have more tiled roads down there as well. And the canal will run all the way up here. This is a green space that is now holding all my mess. So we're actually going to, we'll actually have to take off one of these and put a canal right here. And in the future, we're actually going to move this whole city down a notch, because I would love to put the boat builds, alternate build of the Hogwarts Castle, the university over there, and then potentially have another parkish area, or maybe some other building like the hopeful Sanctum Sanctorum that's coming out this spring and summer. So there are some big plans. This, however, is not part of the table. This is a leaf, just so all of you know. I don't want to actually put too much consistent weight on this. This actually tucks underneath the table, but it's good for building for sure. So for those of you wondering, I do use the IKEA Nordviken table as my Lego City base. It can be found in the dining room section, actually, of IKEA. I've moved away from the Lindman tables. I just don't feel like they are sturdy enough or come in sizes that really benefit my city. So we've decided to go with the Nordviken. I have 2 of them, and I have room to put a 3rd. So I'm really excited about being able to expand the city on these tables. So in terms of layout in the city, to go along with the canal, we had to do a little bit of moving around. It's actually pretty easy down here in this area where we haven't had a lot of development. I did switch out the blacksmith for my medieval tavern alternate build, just because I would love to see, I just want to look at the blacksmith more, and I felt like it was hidden in the back over there. I did slide the horse barn back a plate, so to push this over and allow for a canal space here. So we do have an open base plate here, but if you recall, I am going to be adding some more of a Renaissance fair theme in here coming up in the near future. I did actually slide the old fishing store down one, so it's going to be a little separate from the green area here in the medieval area, and it's going to kind of work its way into Ninjago City a little bit more. But as you can see, we have accounted for the canal all along this, and again, this will be all of the wooden boardwalk. And then over here, all we had to do really is just manipulate the buildings, move them around. I wanted to make sure that I had a really solid corner idea going on. We don't have corners necessarily all along the back there, as I don't see that too much, but I do have a few more corner builds in mind, so we'll see. And as you can see, the boutique and the boutique's alternate build are sitting on the sidelines for the moment. I don't know if I'll get them into the city right away. This whole city would need to shift down in order to accommodate any more modulars at this point, and I would like to do that in the future. However, I really want to finish up these plans before I start too many more. I don't have any more modulars on deck to build at the moment. I just need to finish up this boutique alt build. Hopefully we'll finish up that alternate build this week, and I'll share it with you. It looks like it's going to be pretty cool, and it may change position once we have it built and put somewhere else in the city. I'm not 100% sure, because it does have a very cool sort of alleyway entrance that might be more fun in a different location. But for now, it's holding a place there, so I don't go and fill it with something else. And then as you can see, everything is there. It just has shifted a little bit here and there. We did move the bookshop from over there to here because we needed a half base plate building. I did put in a Disney corner just because I wanted another corner, and the boutique hotel, it was not fitting there. Nope. Tried it a couple ways, not gonna work. That one fits perfectly, and I love the Disney corner. So we have the same here, the cinema. Oh, I do believe maybe that one shifted around. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at some pictures from the last layout, but I did move around my 16 by 32 mock coffee shop from over there to here. Basically, each row needs to have 3 full modulars and a 16 by 32 something, whether it be a park or a building. That's what's going to best accommodate the canal that's going to be here. And of course, Assembly Square creates its own issue with a 16 by 32 opening, so that was perfect for the canal. And we have over here, we've got the garage, which I'm still hoping to do something with in the future. I'm gonna probably remove the function of a garage, add an apartment, who knows. I do have an extra garage new in box to play around with. And then we have the police station. So here's a fantastic building that we just added to the city that we also built while we were up in Maine. It is a pizza shop, and it's a custom build by Brick Builder Pro. And I'll put the link in the description where you can grab those instructions. It actually is a fantastic building for several reasons, and I would love to pull it out and do a video on just this building. It looks very simple, but that's where some of the awesomeness comes into it, and I love to talk more about that in another video. As you can see, I felt like this one just screamed, let's take out the Ninja Turtles. Unfortunately, both my Ninja Turtles seem to be the ones with the blue mask, so I need to figure out where our other ones went. We did actually move the detective's office around. We had to accommodate for this 16 by 32 pizza, which was perfect actually. And then, let's see, oh, I do have one more building to show you, so let's come around. The lighting is not as awesome on this side. Here, of course, we have the fire station and my greengrocer and the town hall. And you can see the side of the Disney Castle I'll build there. Once I show you the new building, I'll turn around so you can see it better. So this is the Ninjago Ultimate Temple of Doom alternate build that I just recently did as well. So this is the hideout in in the Lego City for the Ninjago characters when they come over for Ninjago City. And it fits perfectly here right on the corner. Kind of looks a little bit secretive. Go around to the other side of it here and take a look. It's very detailed in the back on the ground floor. You can see Master Wu in there, and it just has a nice look to it. Very simple. Looks like it would be a good hideout to blend in. And then as we're on this side already, you can take a look at the alt build of the Disney Castle. Again, that's by Bolt Builds. Very cool. It's a fantastic alternate build if you get a chance. What's the plan for this week? That's what I always have to figure out on a Sunday is what is my plan for the week in Lego? Now, I don't actually have much in the way of buildings to build. We do need to finish up the Birch Boutique. It's just been kind of a nagging project that I don't think anyone wants to sit down and do, but we have to do it. And really what I need to do is I need to order MILS plates materials, and I need to order canal materials. So I might not even be able to work on any of that stuff this week, unfortunately, just because I'll be waiting for materials to come in. Remember, guys, I need you to help me out here. Do I go with my tiled road or do I go with those new road plates? I have tons of those. And I have enough of this. I can manage this. So I want to hear your thoughts on whether you like this sort of tiled look or if you like that new road look. And we're just going to be building away. We're going to build up all of our MILS and things like that. And for those of you who don't know a lot about MILS, want to know more about MILS, want to get into making MILS, guys, just watch that video right there, right now. Happy building, and we're going to see you in the next city update.